Cavity Cat Podcast. We back at you. We got something exclusive. Go ahead and introduce yourself to them.
Hello, my name is Helena Jones. I am the owner of Beauty Babes Beauty Bar. Um, that's me.
First, before I start, I would like to thank you uh, and the sister phenomenal underscore Brader for
Correct.
donating for sponsoring Captain Care Podcast, for sending us those tablets. I let everybody know that once we got to 1,000, we were gonna send out one, but we might send out two because we got to 1,000 fast.
Correct. You welcome. You welcome.
Okay, now first question I have, because you've been in prison, correct?
Correct.
Okay, what was you arrested for?
I was arrested for conspiracy to distribute 50 grams or more crack cocaine base, and I was also sentenced. I had a second charge of occupying a dwelling to sell illegal substances.
And how much time did you do?
I did 120 months. I started with 188 months sentence, which is 15 years, 8 months. But when the crack law came, the 1-to-1 ratio between powder and crack disparity, they ended up giving me 120 months, which is 10 years in the
Oh,
feds.
okay, I remember that. So so um so how was it uh, how was it for you to transition into getting prepared for society?
The transition was easy for me because people think as soon as you get out of jail, that's the transition. But the transition starts the day you walk into those prison doors. If people, because jail is jail, prison is prison. But if you go in thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna figure it out as soon as I get out," it's not gonna work. You have to start the day you walk into those prison doors about what you're gonna do when you get out. So I took all the classes, I took everything, anything they was offering, I was getting it.
Okay, so how was it leaving from prison to the halfway house?
So leaving from prison to the halfway house, it was sort of interesting for me because at the time I ended up they had started giving out extra halfway house at that time, and that was in like 2014. So normally when you do, over 120 months or over 5 years, they give you 6 months in the halfway house. Well, I was blessed to get 9 months in the halfway house, and that's what happened. My family basically said that I couldn't come there. So my counselor was like, "Well, we're gonna give you extra time," and they gave me 9 months in the halfway house.
And
So
right after you left, they started giving people a year halfway house.
right, some of the people got a year, but I didn't want a year. I ended up getting the 9 months, and it helped me. I never left the halfway house. A lot of people want to go home on home confinement to just be with their family, but I stayed in there the whole 9 months. So I stacked my money the whole 9 months. I worked from 7 o'clock at night. I was basically just slept there.
Okay, got a little technical. Okay, you back? You shook back? Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, now how does it feel starting over? Coming from being incarcerated.
Starting over for me was different because I didn't have anything. I just had me, and I had 3 kids before I left. So from having everything before I left to coming home to having nothing was like, what am I supposed to do? What am I gonna do? Like I had to start over on the bus. I had to catch the bus to get from work to get to any programs that I had to do until I built myself up to get a car or whatever I had to do. So it was challenging for me, but I knew what I had to do. So that's what I did. I got on the bus. Whoever I could, get a ride from. That's what I did. But I was really good at the halfway house. My halfway house was really good to me. They were.
All right. Before I ask you this question, first of all, I want you all to hit the like button. Please subscribe to Captain Cat Podcast. Also subscribe to her YouTube channel. I have it posted right here, Beauty Babes TV. That's her YouTube channel. Let them. Matter of fact, let them know all your handles you have.
So I have Instagram at beautybabes20_soap queen. That's on Instagram. My TikTok is soapqueen002. They took my first TikTok. Sad for TikTok, but yeah, my new handle on TikTok is soapqueen002. And I think that's all I have right now. It's TikTok and Instagram.
All right. Shout out to Southside Elite. Thank you for your donation. Okay. This is a very important question here that I want to know. So, how was it when you reunited with your children? Because you mentioned you had three.
When I reunited with my children, I left them when they were 9, 1, and 2. So when I got back to them, they were 17, 10, and 11. And for my oldest son, the transition for me leaving was harder because he knew what it was like for me to be his mom. Um, the other two, they were so little that you can't really remember at 1 and 2. They can only go from visitation, and I was their mom. So it was with my son, it was just like a sigh of relief, like because all the things that he had, you know, that was building up that he didn't have or was falling short in his life, he knew once I came home that was going to be fixed. For my 10 and 11-year old, it was an adjustment because they were used to other people raising them. So for me to come home and try to implement what I had to do or what I felt like they needed to have, it was sort of, difficult for us. But praise God, it worked. My daughter is, she graduated from school. My son, he's the tough one, but it's working out for in his favor now. But it was a transition for us.
Okay, that's good. We got a strong black woman in the house, y'all. Please
I
support
came
her
home, hit
beauty
the
babe.
ground running. My son was 17 with no telephone in 2014. He had nothing, no shoes. Like, he had, basic stuff, but from what he was used to, it wasn't like that no more. He used to always tell his friends, when my mama come home, I'm telling you it's gonna be different. And it's been different ever since. Ever since I hit the ground running, doing what I had to do for my kids.
Okay, I want you all please hit the like buttons. Please subscribe to her YouTube channel. It's Beauty Babes TV. It's posted right here. So please subscribe to her. You're hearing the story right now. You know, she ain't get out with her hand out begging.
I did
This
it.
is a question I want to ask you too, because I see you got it together. So what led you to start your own business and want to be your own boss?
I worked two jobs. I worked as a breakfast attendant for one hotel when I got out, and then I also worked for Frito Lay. And when I was incarcerated, when I was in prison, I ran Unicorn. I ran the
What?
compound. I ran Unicorn. I was in Coleman for like 6 years. Nothing could move on the compound without me. You couldn't get no job or anything. So I already had leadership skills from, being in that environment. So when I got out and got the job at the hotel, I went to get a housekeeping job. As soon as I was doing housekeeping for like a week, and they was like, "No, you ain't doing housekeeping. We need you in front of people's face. We need you in the customer's face." So they ended up making me the breakfast attendant. So I had to deal with all the customers coming in. So when I started working at the Frito Lay, I worked two jobs for like 3 months, and I went up, I ran into ranks there. So all the skills that I had, like the SAP program, everything that was working for me in Unicore, it was really helping me on the street because a lot of those people didn't know how to, utilize those systems, and I did. And it's like, wait a minute, she just got out of prison. How she know how to work these things? So I
Mhm.
utilized everything that I did in jail, everything I was going through in prison. I utilized it on the street, and I ranked up there. I started making $16 an hour coming in, coming from the street. Like who just gets out and start making $16 an hour? I wasn't even out a year. And then I ran up in ranks in that job, and then I got pregnant. And I couldn't work that job anymore because it was a warehouse job. Like it was picking like potato chips, shipping everything out. So I was shipping, I was a receiving clerk, I was doing all of that. Then I got pregnant and I couldn't do anything because now I got this big old belly in front of me and I can't really run, like I should. And I said, I got to do something. I got to do something. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? So I had my baby. I was a stay-at-home mom for like a year and a half, almost 2 years. And I was like, I got to do something. And I was like, what do I like to do? And I started making body butter, soaps, sugar scrubs. and it just took off for me from there. Like I put it, I studied it, I mastered it. Those are skills I had from a little girl, like making soap, making stuff like that. And YouTube give you everything. Anything you want to learn how to do, go on YouTube. Anything you want to figure out, YouTube. And that's how I started making it.
Shout out to Pooh Black. Thank you for your donation. I see you, Southside Elite. Please subscribe to her Instagram channel. I mean, her what you call it? The YouTube channel is Beauty Babes TV. You see, we got a strong black woman come from prison. She didn't have her hands out. She got right on it. Entrepreneur. Okay, well, hold up. So, okay, this is a good one here. How do you balance mom and your entrepreneurship? How do you balance those two?
So with the older kids, it's easier because they doing their own thing. But when it comes to my baby, he's so spoiled that he only knows me. So everywhere I go, he go. Ain't no hustle, because I got a baby and I can't maneuver. If I gotta go deliver something, pack something, ship something, he gonna be either on my feet, in the car, getting out, going to the mailbox, whatever. He already know when the package is going out, he know how to, you make him the helper. He know how to put the packages in there, scan them already. So he just watching his mama do something that he can later on do it himself. Like, okay, I'm watching my mama do this. I know how to do this already.
Excuse me, the reason why I'm looking this way because I got a nut in my office making all this noise while I'm interviewing. You want to get out, man? You keep running around dragging that stuff. I'm trying to interview right now. Yo, anyway, that's why I need help. I need you all to telling people to come here because people forget when you're doing stuff.
Right,
Cold nuts, man.
right.
Okay, uh, this is a good one right here. Any advice on being free? How can we stay free?
The one advice on how to stay free is to not be connected to what sent you to prison in the beginning. I don't go in damn neighborhood I used to serve drugs in. I don't go to damn place. People can't even say, "Oh, I seen her from where I used to hang out at." Because guess what? People gonna remember what you used to do, not what you're trying to do. I'm not, it's nothing behind me that I need to remember or none of that. None of that matters to me. I don't even go nowhere near the areas I used to sell drugs at. Won't ride through them, none of that. Because it's easy to get caught up in a lifestyle like that. When you used to being able to have anything you want, telling people what to do, because it wasn't like I was somebody's boss in, you know what I'm saying? So I have people that I'm telling them what to do. Figure out, you need to do this, you need to move this, we need to go over here and do this, you need to do this. So when I know that people still looking for something, because those people sitting in the same position they was in before I left. I missed 8 summers. How y'all still doing the same thing? And I done surpassed y'all being out. So I just don't go back to what I know, what I used to. I don't hang with those people. I don't associate myself with those people. Nothing. That's the best advice. That's the best advice I can give you is don't go back to what you used to.
You say now. Trick had that song. I was now neighborhood yet you in Florida. Okay. Here's a good one here too. The environment of being incarcerated for women.
So for women in prison, I went to 4 prisons. The feds ship you everywhere. So I went to Tallahassee, I went to Coleman, I went to Danbury, Connecticut, and I went to Alabama. And each environment is exactly the same. You're gonna have drama. You're gonna have the holy rollers. I'm gonna just give it to you how it is enough. You're gonna have the people that's always with drama. You're gonna have the holy rollers, you're gonna have the hustlers, and you're gonna have the lazy people, basically. And for me, it was to not really get into what everybody else had going on. Like, we all hung out, we all did the same thing, but it's consistency. So you're doing the same thing every single day. You're getting up, going to work, coming back, going to commissary, going to chow, coming back to the unit. So once you get in the routine and you're doing something, you're going to continue to do it. But if you over here trying to mix over here, you're going to end up in trouble, in drama, in something. So basically that's how we were. And then you have like cliques. It's cliques in there. Like you and somebody that you click with, y'all gonna always be together. I have friends that I was incarcerated with for 6, 7, 8 years, and we always were together. Once you seen one of us, you seen another one of us, and those people tend to keep you out of trouble. Now you just gonna have girlfriends in there. You're gonna have all that kind of drama in there because women are creatures of emotion. And that's when the fights really happen. When they feel like somebody trying them or somebody going through this or somebody doing this, and you're gonna have relationships, all that kind of stuff in there. It's just like that.
So have you ever been in a gang fight? Have you had a fight while you was in prison?
No, I never really had to fight in jail because, like I said, I ran a compound. So most people had to come to me for bed movements, jobs. I did the TV schedule. So I was one of the people that was utilized by a lot of people, even the counselors. I have counselors on my social medias that was like, we knew you was going to be bigger than what you was because how you was in there. Like, so no, I ain't never really have to fight. I did have to like, yeah, I might have had to swing on somebody a couple times, but they never really, you know what I'm saying? They never really figured it out that it was me.
So so did anybody ever try to extort you or drop you to the
Oh,
commissary?
listen. So in female prisons, that don't happen.
Okay.
How it is, what the men in female prison, ain't nobody getting extorted in there. Ain't no bullies in there. Ain't no everybody doing their own thing. Now you was gonna have a girlfriend or somebody that like you that might try to put snacks on your bed, or that might try to leave food on your bed. And if you take that food, you that girlfriend. But that really happened with like studs, like women that look like men, or if you're an aggressive femme. Like I done had women do that to me, like won't like put snacks on my bed, and I be like, like you can't. I don't need no commissary. So if you broke in jail, that's how they end up getting those type of women. If you don't have like a lot of money coming in. So when most women who don't, most studs who go to jail are always broke for some reason.
Okay. Okay. Now,
So they need
yeah.
the girlfriend to take care of them,
Oh,
basically.
okay. Now, here's an interesting question I have for you because I need some advice on this one.
Right.
So, explain to me how you don't let your past interfere with your future.
Um. So the first thing was I thought that my charters was going to stop me from getting certain type of jobs and being in certain type of environments. But when I worked at Frito Lay, the lady told me, when I run your background, it shows absolutely nothing. So, after 7 years of being incarcerated, you start over basically. So you don't have that charge anymore. And in the feds, they don't just bring charges. You got to like dig deep to find those charges. So that was one thing. I knew that the charge that I had didn't stop me from doing the things that I needed to do for myself. Also, I just never went back. I never went back to the environment that sent me to jail. Like some of the same guys that work for me still trying to find things to do. Um, a child, he was like a child of me that set me up. He's still doing the exact same thing. So why would I need to go talk to him? Because he don't have no direction. Because I was giving him direction before I left. So it's basically just don't go backwards. Just don't go back. Just don't go back to what led you to going to prison. I'm never gonna go back to say I want to do this. Oh, I wanna like I never want to see my, connects as we called them back then. I never want to see none of those people because what can you do for me? I work, you gave me your product, I sold it. Like I paid for what I'm not in the same thing. So what you want to buy some soap? You want to buy some body? That's the only thing we can do is you want to buy some soap, you want to buy some body butters because there's nothing else we're gonna be able to communicate with.
And
Or
tell them tell everybody that's just coming on, how can they find your product and how can they find you in general?
you can find me on Instagram at beautybabes20 underscore soap queen. You can find me on TikTok at soap queen 002. You can also go to my website at beautybabes body bar beautybabes20.com. So yeah, you can find me on what is this? Uh
YouTube.
YouTube at Beauty Babes TV. You can
Make
look
sure
me up
you
on Google. You can look up Beauty Babes on Google. I'll pop up. All of that.
so you got any shout outs before we go?
Um, I don't got really no minute. I don't got no. I don't have. Only shout outs I'm gonna do is the people that be with me. I'm gonna shout out Magic Man 89, Brian Irvin. I'm gonna shout out Phenomenal Braider. I'm gonna shout out Blaze Styles, which is my cousins and my sister-in-law. That's what I'm gonna shout out because that's who's been in my corner since I've been out. And these people ain't even my family. These people they like my in-laws, but they treat me like they I'm their sister. I'm their cousin.
Well,
So yeah,
that's love, yeah. So the circle's small. You
the circle is
stand focused.
small. Staying focused.
You have your
Being
business going
have your business going. You gotta have a
legally.
legally. You gotta have a plan. You That's why I tell people all the time. Rehabilitation does not start the day you get out. It starts the day you go in there. So you got a program. You got to figure out how you're gonna get out of these things. Figure out anything. So if you go to jail and you go into prison or whatever, get into the program and that will help you stay out of jail.
Okay, you
For
all
sure.
make sure you subscribe to her channel, Beauty Babes TV. Subscribe to that.
Yes,
As promised,
my stories are up. They all on TikTok, but they're also going to be on Beauty Babes TV. So y'all can look up. I done told every single thing about myself. I can't say about other people because my co-defendants, a lot of them still in jail. But I can tell y'all anything about me, anything y'all want to ask. I'm an open book.
there y'all have it firsthand.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Yep.
mean to tell me you was a woman that went to prison for
Mm-hmm.
crack, did your
Mm-hmm.
time,
Mm-hmm.
came home,
Mm-hmm.
you didn't look for a man to pay the bills, man to take care of you. You just didn't
I'm gonna
rely on
even
your.
tell y'all this much: people that go to the halfway house, they tend to get in a relationship with the people that's in the halfway house, right? I went in the halfway house making the people believe that I was gay, so none of the dudes would try me. That's how focused I was. So if you think I'm gay, you ain't even gonna like me. You ain't gonna flirt with me. You ain't gonna try me.
Well,
So
not
guess what?
really, because I'm
Trust
the
me.
opposite. If I know a woman that now she don't have a rough look and I'm like, okay, I want a girl that like girls.
Listen, they told me that I was crazy. They used to say that I was crazy because I didn't want to go home because I like the girl. Like so, in their mind, I was like she finna go. They used to have like battle. She finna go, man. That girl like girls. She man. She institutionalized. That's what they used to call me. I was institutionalized, right? But I was the one that stayed free, and they went back.
Wow, how long you been free now?
8 years. I got out.
8 years.
I got out September 2014.
So you telling me you ain't meet no man in the halfway house?
I did meet a man in a halfway house.
I was about to say.
So listen, I did meet a man in a halfway house, and we are together right now.
Okay,
But
listen.
guess
Before
what?
we go, give us
We
one
kept
sneak
about
peek.
we kept about our business.
How much money? How much money he gave you that first time? Your first.
Listen, for my birthday, which is in January, y'all, he gave me $13 to buy me something to eat.
And he was in the halfway house too.
He was in the halfway house too. I didn't even know who he was for like a whole month and a half. I got there September, he got there in December, and my birthday was in January. And he gave me $13. But he was doing an investigation on me though. He ain't gonna tell y'all that. He was piling. He was getting everything he needed to get on me before he even came and said something to me.
And he in the halfway house. So for a man to come to you, a beautiful woman, and say, "Look, it's all I have." He go 13, because you would think a person would give you 100, 200.
It wasn't even the money because okay, this is a secret. Women gonna be mad at me. I'm sorry, y'all, but I gotta tell it. Most women are looking for security in a man. So a lot of us date men that we don't care how they look. We just care about how much money they have. And that's for me because I was the type of girl. If you didn't have no money, you couldn't talk to me. Like that's just what it was for me. But with him, it didn't even matter about the money because guess what? We were together. So it was no, he got more money than me, I got more money than him. We started off with nothing. We both started off with, you know what I'm saying, nothing. He did a long time, I did a long time. So it wasn't gonna be, oh, I did this for you, because men bring that up. Oh, I'm only with him for money. I was with him because I liked him.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure you all subscribe, hit that like button. As promised, I gotta come up with a way. I gotta get this one. This the lady right here. You all gotta think. Her and phenomenal underscore Brader is the one that donated. What you call that word? They with the podcast, y'all. What you call that? Huh?
We donated the tablets.
Yeah, to us for to give this out. listen,
Right.
y'all, she helped us out, and she doing her own thing, Sponsor, yeah, they the one sponsored it. Y'all the one sent us
Right.
the tablet to give to the people, and we said once we get to 1,000, I thought it was gonna be by Friday. That happened today. That happened from last night to today. That thing was jumping. So
Right.
we gotta get a tablet out.
That's what's up.
So, I thank you all for that. Please support Beauty Babes TV. Subscribe to her channel, you all, because she showed love. So y'all know she showed me love. What y'all gonna get? She got some soap. Hey yo, so
For
this
sure.
soap you made, how you come up with this idea? Because I know we're supposed to be getting off it, but how did you come up with this idea to make this soap?
I came up with the idea because my daughter had horrible skin, and she was just so sensitive to so many different products. So I was like, I gotta make something to make her skin better and clearer and not break out so much. She had eczema, everything. The doctor was giving us all this medicine, and none of it was just taking it away temporarily, but it wasn't clearing it up. So now she walks around with no infections in her skin, no flare ups, no anything because of my soap. And so I have helped so many different people um, with the soap, with the body butters, with the sugar scrubs. I've done so many different things helping people because I don't want to just give a product just to buy it. I want to give you an experience. So when you feel that, you're gonna be like, dang, this does make me feel better. It does make me feel my skin feel cleaner, because a lot of soap have products that people don't know what it is. If I can't read it, I don't want to use it. If I can't say it out, if I can't understand what I'm putting on my skin, why am I putting it on there? And a lot of people don't understand that.
So is the soap expensive?
No, it's not. It's $7. $7 a bar. But every single ingredient, you can read it. You know exactly what it is. You can look it up. It's all natural. So it's not anything that's gonna say this, this, this. So our logo is let our vegan bubbles wash away all your skin troubles.
Wow, I like that. So I got a big question of the day. So I appreciate you all
Mhm.
sending them tablets and everything, but why you ain't send me a ball? So I just got a jet. You don't know if I could bathe. I need
Listen,
so I need to make sure that stuff right because I want to promote this product. So I need
I,
you to
I will
do
listen.
this.
I will send you some tomorrow. I will pack it up and send it. I got orders to pack up tonight, and I will send it
Okay.
to you tomorrow.
Yeah, I need to bathe with this. I need to make sure this stuff is authentic. What you saying?
So
Then I can
yeah,
get back on and say, yeah, y'all, I bathed. This stuff was good.
right.
Like,
I have had some influencers. I have some influencers. Some of my products, and they love them. Um, they have fallen in love with them, and they still order from me today. I was open. My business was open for like 3 months, and I was already in a magazine.
wow,
And I
that's
started the
good.
business during the pandemic.
Okay, so you got out on a mission.
I got it on the mission.
That's good. So
Yep.
right now, because it's lots of people that's going to watch this. So you're
Mhm.
going to be able to. How do you feel that you're going to be able to influence a lot of women?
That's what I know that's what I'm made to do. I'm made to help people. I'm made to help women, anybody, not just women, men too, because a lot of men don't have no direction either. On my last TikTok that they took from me, I had so many women like coming at me, asking me questions, or just being a girlfriend of a boy, of somebody that's in jail, because he was in jail before me. Just giving directions of what not to do, what to do. Like it's different things that people don't tell you. It's so much money that the government get from people that don't know. Everybody want to go out and get an attorney. You know what I'm saying? But why would you get an attorney in a conspiracy? They got to give somebody a private attorney. I didn't know that. I spent hundreds and thousands of dollars to still get 188 months in jail. And I could have just went
Wow.
with one of their attorneys. Like it's a lot of different questions, a lot of different things. I give hope to people that's getting out that don't know what to do. Like you can
Okay.
do it no matter what it is or what you can do it.
So do the soap smell good? They got a smell to
Yes.
it?
All of them have a smell. Every
What
single
you
one of
call
them have
them?
a smell. But it is bars that don't have a smell because some people can't use, certain
The
smells. But
fragrance in it. Right.
all of my fragrances um are essential oils or soap made scents. So they are like all natural. Nothing is in them. It just makes the bar smell better.
Make sure you all subscribe to Beauty Babes TV Instagram. She's doing something positive, and she's gonna influence a lot of people. Because for a woman, a lot of women get out, and with the looks and just be like, you know what, I did all this time. It's time for one of these men to go and take care of me. You got
Nah.
out on a mission.
Even before, nah, I wasn't looking for nobody to take care of me. I struggle with that right now. Right now I still
Yeah.
struggle with somebody, because and I have a great partner and he does everything for me, but it's still like you still want to be able to do something for yourself. It's not about what nobody else got, it's about what you have.
So in the $13 days over, he don't come back,
Oh,
baby.
listen. It done been six figures by now.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Run it up
Yeah,
there.
it
Run
done added
it
up to
up.
six figures by now.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about, man.
it
Okay,
didn't even matter.
one more thing now. So we about to go now because we got a few other things we got to do.
Right.
Um, give them all your Instagram, all your handles again, because people be coming in and out.
Right. My Instagram handle is beautybabes20 underscore soap queen. My TikTok is soap queen 002. You can also find me on Google under Beauty Babes 20 and I will pop up automatically. I will be the first person you put that in, I'm there. So you can find me on Beauty Babes TV on YouTube. Y'all subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. And my stories are going to be uploaded to how I ended up getting the time, during the time, and after, like I said, of how I got out. So y'all can follow me on all those outlets.
So you have a lot of prison. You have some prison stories
I
on
have
your channel.
tons.
Go.
Yeah, I have like tons of prison stories
Okay,
because
I'm gonna go.
I wasn't just dealing with going to prison. I was dealing with a narcissistic domestic violence situation into so it's like a whole bunch that led me up to going to prison. So yeah, it's a whole lot. I went viral off of my story.
I heard about that. And I'm going
I
to look
went
at some
viral.
more, and I'm gonna be in there trolling. If I don't like some of these stories, I'm gonna let you know I'm gonna be in the leave. Shout out to
Oh,
Lowe's Stick Gang Lowe's. I see you, boy. Nah, but I'm always make sure I support. Whenever you
correct.
want to come back on,
I
we gonna
sure
come. Matter of
will.
fact, we gotta come back on and show that soap because when
I
you show
will. And
soap,
then I'm gonna send it to you, and then I'll talk about it.
yeah, we gotta come. Yeah, we gotta get that going.
I
You
have
got
it displayed
shampoo?
and ready to go. No, I don't have. I have shampoo bars. I don't have shampoo. So
I
it's the
need
same
that
thing. You
too.
just take the bar and rub it in your head.
All right. What about socks and tennis shoes? You got? I get that.
No, I don't got no socks
Oh,
and tennis
all
shoes.
right. I gotta try, y'all. All right, man. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for
All right, thank y'all.
spending
Y'all
time with Cousin
subscribe,
Cap.
go follow, do all those good things. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, hold on. Let me get out. Don't say nothing yet because I be messing up. I gotta make sure we get backstage because they be still listening.